Radio 990 AM. Member KBP.
Mga kabataan, power up your Saturday. Just do it! Makitrending. Mag-shout out. Be connected. Nasa FB ka man o Twitter, Instagram o Google+, impossible is nothing. Dito, di ka na mahuhuli sa uso. We love it. Join ka na. Your potential is our passion. Be inspired. Be informed. Be involved. Be empowered. It's the real thing. Voice of the Youth Radio.
Voice of the Youth Radio.
Voice of the Youth Radio.
Makinig sa Voice of the Youth Radio. Sa Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Saturdays, 3 p.m. Think differently.
I-like mo na. I-share mo pa.
Voice of the Youth Radio. Sigaw na!
Voice of the Youth Network. Informing, inspiring, involving and empowering the Filipino youth worldwide.
Initiating startup sequence.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Voice of the Youth Radio is back.
Voice of the Youth.
VOTY Network brings you once more Voice of the Youth Radio.
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 Now on its 10th year.
Even louder and more powerful. Via Inquirer Radio.
Voice of the Youth Radio.
It's the newest and most trending show on radio. Know the latest in technology. Engage in the most awesome advocacies. And meet the coolest young Pinoys. Power up and share your voice. Hashtag VOTY Radio. Only here on Inquirer Radio 990 AM.
Voice of the Youth Radio.
Voice of the Youth Radio. Sigaw na!
Filipino youth are now showing the world that they are determined to stand out. They are speaking out and looking for ways to make a difference in their communities by being active in various activities and endeavors provided them, or by being proactive and making the moves on their own. They are encouraged early on to go out and find their passion and to lead their dreams. We are the power. We are the voice of the youth. Welcome to Voice of the Youth Radio.
Okay, welcome to Voice of the Youth Radio. Welcome 2014. Happy New Year! Woohoo! Ayan, great day mga katinig. Isa na naman mapagpalang araw sa inyo ng Sabado. At ito po ay isang Sabado na punong-puno ng information, inspiration, involvement at empowerment ang ihahatid namin sa inyo ngayong araw ng Sabado. Siyempre, ito po ang inyong nag-iisang voice master ng Pilipinas. Walang iba kundi si Pucholo Gonzales. At syempre, hindi mababubuo ang ating mga barkadahan at katinig kung wala ang aking mga mga kasama dito mula sa Voice of the Youth at Student Voice Artist Society. Siyempre, bago yata yung ating intro voice over ngayon. Siya, pakilala naman ang aking cute na co-host ngayong araw na ito.
Yay! I'm Jill Legson from Voice of the Youth Radio, Publishing Director.
Alright. Okay, Voti, bati. New Year pa rin, 4 days ago. Simulan mo, Adrian.
At ito na naman pumuli, inyong lingkod, si Adrian Santualia. Chill na kayo dyan guys at makinig kayo ngayon dahil cool na ating mga guests. So, stay back and Adrian again, thank you.
Nax talaga naman. Dan, pasok!
Okay, magandang hapon sa lahat ng mga tagapakinig natin. January 4 na, 2014. Magbago ka na. Dahil dyan, makinig lang kayo dahil bigatin na naman
actually,
ang mga guests natin.
Si Dan, nagbago na to.
Ano pinagbago ko, sir?
Oo, nagbago ka na into better.
Yan ang gusto ko sa'yo, sir. Sige, makinig lang kayo dyan, mga katinig.
Dapat sa mga nakikinig natin, sa mga katinig at sa mga kabataan, dapat definite kayo kung anong pagbabago ang gusto nyo. Kasi you can be, you can change to worst eh. Dapat you change to better. Ayan. Dapat hindi change lang, kundi change to better. Ayan. Okay, syempre, ang ating gwapong-gwapong kanu dito. Sino ba yung kanu dyan? With happy birthday nga pala. Happy birthday! Woo! Ayan, sakto.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, this is Canon Lee, and echoing with what Dan said, you should think in terms of, I'm better than yesterday, but I'm not as good as I'll be tomorrow. So when it comes to those New Year's resolutions, just stay steadfast with them. Really, you don't know what the future will bring, but only you will make your future if you plan correctly. On top of that, I'm the head of social media, so if you're on Facebook or Twitter, just look us up on Twitter at Voti Radio, or on Facebook, Voice of the Youth Radio. We do all types of inspirational quotes and you name it, man.
Yan, in translation, magbago ka na. Ganun ka, ang daming sinabi. Alright, syempre si Mina, ito, ang dami. Alam niyo, punong-puno ang studio ngayon. Tuwing Sabado po kasi, ang Inquirer Radio ay napupuno at nagugulo. Kami lang ang gumugulo dito sa estasyon. Okay, Mina.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I'm back. So I'm Mina. I'm the head of secretariat of the Voice of the Youth Network, and at the same time, I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Voice of the Youth magazine. So, abangan nyo yan.
Okay, may mga magazine na tayong darating at mga newsletter, syempre. At ito, ito, magiging anchor na rin to sa kabilang istasyon. Magkakaroon din tayo ng programa doon. Pero, sige, bati Andrew.
Ay, hello, good afternoon mga katinig. Ako na naman po ang nag-iisang head ng kagwapuhan po. Ayan. Happy New Year po sa inyo. At ayun, sabi
ano daw, ulit.
Sabi ni Master Dan ay, magbago ka na. Ayun po. Sige po.
Alright. So, kayo, Rosario.
Hello mga katinig, good afternoon. This is Rosario Revuelta, Creative Director ng Voti Radio. Yun, Happy New Year. Lala.
Wala lang.
Advice ko lang para sa New Year, read more.
Read more. Di ba? Hip-hop to eh. Okay, eto, nagmamahal sa'yo, mga bati. Ito mga inspired ng mga batang to eh. Bakit ba?
Hi, hello. Ako po si Jason Roque, a student volunteer from PUP. Love more this year.
Yung sinasabi ko sa inyo eh. Love more na. Bata-bata nyo pa eh. Okay, Jerry's.
Thank you. Hello, Happy New Year mga katinigan. Ako po si Jarice Berba, Head of Events Documentation. So, kung gusto nyo makita yung mga pictures for these episodes and for the upcoming events, punta lang po kayo sa page namin. Sa Facebook, it's Voice of the Youth Radio. Yan, malat po ako, malamig yung panahon, so ingat-ingat guys.
Okay. Charles. Unsa man na, bye. Bati-bati sa mga taga Mindanao. Ito, Charles.
Okay, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Robin Charles Ramos, head po ng Events and Community Engagement. Ayan.
Alright.
Hope to see you in our events soon.
Alam niyo, special ang araw na ito dahil sa dami ng mga guests natin na talagang baka nakakita ng programa, 5 ang guest mo sa isang programa. At syempre natutuwa ako dahil kasama natin ang mga members natin mula sa Mindanao. Specifically, galing pa ito ng Marawi. At ito yung mga miyembro ng Voice of the Youth Lanao. Okay, sige, bati na kayo, mga Pads, tsaka John. Yan, minsan lang kayo dumaan dito. Okay.
Hello, assalamualaikum sa lahat ng ating mga katinig dyan sa Voti Lanao. Aba, nandito kami ngayon at nakikigulo dito sa Manila para sa ating mga katinig. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, malaikumussalam. O, Pads, pate.
Okay, so assalamualaikum. Ako po si Muadz Pango from Voti Lanao. And Happy New Year sa lahat ng taga Mindanao.
Alright, nakita nyo naman, talagang we're everywhere. Ana? Okay, so ready na ba ang tayo para sa Youth for the News for the Youth? Jill? Alright, so
News for the Youth.
Philippine National Service Coordinating Agency, or PNVSCA, held the Search for Outstanding Volunteers 2013 last December 13 at Crown Plaza Galleria, Manila, Ortigas Center, Quezon City. SOV is conducted annually to promote volunteerism to the community. This year's SOV awardees are Mr. Mark Conrad R. Avanzo for Youth category, Mr. Arvin O. Marabiles, and Dr. Demetrio P. Anduyan Jr., PhD for Adult category. For non-profit organization category, Volunteer Service Provider San Pedro College and Kabalikat Civicom 475 Marinduque Chapter were awarded. PLDT Employee Volunteers bagged the corporate category, and Ms. Margarita Henares Coscolvela was the Volunteer Lifetime Achievement Awardee. Meanwhile, German Development Service received a special citation. The ceremony ended with an inspirational message from the National Volunteer Month Honorary Chair, Efren Peña Florida Jr.
And I've read the profiles of our awardees today, and I've noticed that there is one thing common to all of them. They help and serve without hesitation. Now, these people are not superheroes. They're not like Superman, Batman, or even Darna, or whoever else. They don't have superpowers, but they have superb minds, hearts, and souls to reach the unreached, to love the unloved, to rebuild the ruins, and to care for the neglected.
And that is News for the Youth. Good afternoon, this is Jill Legson.
As a youth, do you know your purpose?
Ngayon ang panahon para tayo'y makisangkot at makialam.
Iba na lang. Malilate ako sa part-time job ko.
Like I care. Tara na nga, girls. Ay, alam ko yan. Yun ba yung K-pop?
Oo nga, no? Ano nga kayang magagawa ko?
This is your time to make a move and be involved. How about you? What do you think?
Okay, welcome back to Voice of the Youth Radio.
Ayan. So, nabasa ni Jill yung news natin dahil ba si Ate Garf ngayon. Pero, the news was about the awarding for the most outstanding volunteer sa ating bansa ngayon. And itong mga to yung hinahangaan natin dahil katulad natin sila ng mga volunteer na gumagawa ng walang iniintay na kapalit. Kaya sayang nga lang di ako nakapunta doon sa event, Kuya Choi, kasi nasa ibang event din ako noon. Pero balita ako, napakaganda ng event and talagang naparangalan yung mga kababayan natin na dapat talagang makatanggap ng mga ganitong mga award.
Tama lang, no? Kailan kaya tayo makakatanggap ng award?
Makakatanggap tayo niyan, Kuya Choi. Hintayin lang natin.
Hindi. Sabi nga, wag na tayo mag-expect. Tayo na lang magbigay ng award.
Tama, dahil gumawa na lang tayo. Ganun.
Okay, so alam mo, napakarami talaga nating magiging guest at abangan nyo mga surprise guests. At siguro bigyan ko na lang kayo ng isang hint na isa sa mga magiging guest natin ay ang kaapu-apuhan ni parang ating national hero.
Kilala ko mga tito nito, sir.
Sino?
Si Saturnina Pasiano, Narcisa, Olimpia, Lucia, Maria, Jose, Concepcion, Josepa, Trinidad, Soledad. Yun ang mga tita nila.
Ang dami.
Ang dami, di ba? Oh. So may hint na ba kayo kung sino itong magiging...
Siyempre, yung descendant, no?
Ni Jose Rizal.
Ni Dr. Jose Rizal.
Wow,
ayan.
Big time.
Alright, so ano pa yung mga susunod nating pag-uusapan? Voice Works. Ayan, may mga kagagraduate lang nito eh. Okay, so siguro maganda magpakilala na kayo isa-isa. Alright, mula dito.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Joy Lynn Rabo, Joy for short. Recent graduate ako ng latest VoiceWorks workshop.
Alright.
Yeah.
Next.
Hi, good afternoon mga katinig. This is Mara from VoiceWorks Batch 26.
Pwedeng nga maging ano to. Sige, may career to sa voiceover at broadcasting. Okay, next.
Hello mga katinig. This is Ethel Contreras of VoiceWorks 26. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Neil Quirino from VoiceWorks 26.
Alright. Okay.
Fresh grad.
Sa mga hindi nakakalam kung anong VoiceWorks, ito po yung workshop na ginawa ko for the past 8 years na karamihan po ng mga bagong dubbers, voiceover artists, mga radio drama or radio commercial ay sila po ang gumagawa ngayon, ano? Ito yung training on voice acting and dubbing na pinapangunahan ko. Kasama ko rin si Mr. Brian Ligsay, si Alex Agkawili, Neil Tolentino at syempre ang ama ng makabagong dubbing industry. Walang iba kundi si Danilo Mandia o Danny Mandia or Ama for
Si
short.
Ama.
Alright. So, kamusta naman ang naging experience niyo sa workshop?
Masaya. Definitely.
Lapit ka sa mic.
Kulang pa sa training.
Dapat may yun, di ba, distance.
Ayan. Okay lang yan.
Pero
Sige.
masaya, super informative. Tapos yun nga, nalaman namin na bawal pa lang sa labat.
Oh.
Kapag
Yes.
sore throat.
Bakit nga daw babawal yung sa labat?
Ay, ewan ko. Tanong natin. Hindi pa namin, specify
Pero ang alam,
yung, ecology niya.
Oo, pero ang tip nila is yung mag-gurgle ng salt.
Yes.
Yeah, gurgle.
Saline solution.
Joke lang.
Mara.
Yep, madaming discoveries sa VoiceWorks eh. Once you start, isipin mo parang hindi mo kaya eh. Pero towards the middle of the sessions, you will discover yung mga abilities mo pala to speak in front of an audience, to show what you really can. So it's really a good way, a good outlet to let out your talents and develop your skills.
Ayan. So, malaki ng pinagbago ng boses mo after nun.
I'm not
Napansin
sure.
mo? Ay, balik ang bayad nito. Hindi pala sigurado kung okay, si Ethel.
Ayun. Maraming natutunan sa VoiceWorks, especially kung paano mo alagaan yung voice mo. At sinishare ko rin siya talaga sa mga aking mga kasama ring kabataan sa amin at saka mga bata. At ang gustong-gusto ko sa VoiceWorks kasi sina Sir Choi, yung lahat ng teachers namin, very willing sila mag-share ng knowledge para sa aming lahat. Tsaka talagang nag-i-inspire sila sa mga kabataan.
Itong ating pinakagwapo.
Mga natutunan namin sa VoiceWorks, yung paano alagaan ng boses, saka kasi minsan nagagaya mo na yung ibang naririnig mo, hindi mo alam kung paano. Sa VoiceWorks tinuturo nila.
Okay, so sige. Anong last message nyo? Na-invite nyo yung mga nakikinig. Actually, ngayon, nagsisimula ang VoiceWorks 27 ngayong araw na ito. No? At talagang yung mga bagong miyembro at mga bagong estudyante ay tuwan-tuwa sa kanilang first day pa lang. Alright, so, ayan. Last message sa mga gustong sumali or gustong maranasan yung mga naranasan nyo.
Yes, message na lang namin to all those who are aspiring to be voice talents. Don't hesitate. Definitely, just go for it. Lagi naman open ang house ng VoiceWorks to welcome you and to train you and to let out your abilities. So just join and definitely you'll enjoy and learn a lot, syempre, from the mentors na rin.
Eto.
May dadagdag.
May dadagdag pa kayo?
Sabi mo na lahat.
The VoiceWorks is a fun way of learning talaga. Maraming matututunan. Sulit na sulit.
Ayan. Okay, yun lang. So thank you very much sa pagbisita nyo dito sa stasyon. At sige, magkikita-kita rin tayo kasi one day magkakaroon tayo ng mga radio drama na gagawin, ha? Alright, thank you. Congratulations. Okay, God bless you all. Ayan, yan silang mga graduates ng VoiceWorks.
Palakpakan natin yan. So, binabati ko si Jexy bagong dating.
Oo, talaga?
Andiyan sa labas, Jexy, pasok na.
Oo nga, Jexing, sexy. Anyway, okay, abangan na natin yung mga next guest natin.
Informing, inspiring, involving, and empowering the Filipino youth worldwide. You're listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master, Pocholo Gonzalez, here on Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Hey, Cowabunga, dude! You're listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master, Patolo Gonzalez, here on Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Woohoo!
Okay, welcome back to Voice of the Youth Radio. Ayan, ang tumutugtog po ay Youth Power. Yan, kinumpose natin to noong 2005, no? Kasama natin sila Brennan Sparansate. Yan yung tsaka yung mga music likha. Yan. Ginamit to sa Youth Power 2005 na tayo yung nag-organize sa World Trade Center. Alright. Okay, Miss Jill, sino bang mga magaganda nating mga guests ngayon?
Okay. Our next guest, she is the current program officer for CSR World, Benita and Catalino Yap Foundation, and the head organizer of this year's social media workshop for bloggers entitled Social Media Revolution, Influencing Bloggers to Social Responsibility. Yay. Okay. And our next guest is Shailene Castillo and Joanna Santa Isabel. Shailene and Joanna are program officers of Kaya Natin Movement and Ateneo de Manila University School of Government. Yan. So we have Miss Joanna Armenta and Shailene and Joanna. Yay!
Ang daming crowd. Tawa sila.
Yay!
Okay. Welcome to Voice of the Youth Radio. Ayan. Sige. Okay, welcome.
Hello. Welcome po sa inyo.
Ayan, good afternoon. Kamusta naman ang New Year nyo? Saan ba kayo nag-New Year?
Sa bahay lang.
Sa bahay lang, no? Kasi, kami ni Joey sa Kaya Natin at sa Ateneo School of Government, parang medyo napagod yata kami this past few months, no? Dahil nga, naglibot tayo sa iba't ibang universidad at kolehiyo dito sa Pilipinas para ibahagi yung ating Lead Like Jessie Youth Leadership Training Program. So, ngayon, minabuti namin to spend our time with our family and our friends. Yun.
Okay, so, alam nyo tong si Secretary Jessie Robredo, no? Idol ko to eh. No? At natutuwa ako meron tayong program na tinatawag na Second Jessie Robredo Youth Leaders Camp na pinangungunahan ng grupong Kaya Natin To Movement. Tama ba? Kaya Natin
Movement.
Ba't may to? Hindi. Kaya Natin Movement. Ayan. So, sige nga, can you give us the background of Kaya Natin and paano ba nag-come up itong programa na to?
So, sabi nga po namin kanina, kabilang kami sa Kaya Natin Movement. It's a movement for good governance and ethical leadership, no? So, isa sa aming mga youth leadership training program ay yung second Jessie Robredo Youth Leaders Camp. So, ito po ay sa pangunguna ng Ateneo School of Government, Kaya Natin Movement, and of course, in cooperation with the Jessie Robredo Foundation. No? So, it's a 2-night, 3-day seminar workshop that aims to inculcate in the hearts and minds of our young leaders the leadership values and principles that Jessie Robredo stood for and lived out, no? So, kumbaga, hindi pa rin mawawala ang mga prinsipyo na pinanindigan ng ating namayapang kalihim, no? Gusto natin na ipagpatuloy ito sa mga kabataan, yan.
Okay, so, paano kayo nakasali dito sa grupo at
sige, ikaw muna.
What's with Secretary Robredo na talagang masasabi nating huwaran at ginagawa ninyo sa buhay ninyo?
Okay. Sige.
Para sa akin kasi, si Secretary Jessie Robredo ang epitome of good governance. So, nakita natin kung paano niya, sa pamumuno niya, sinubukan niya ginawa niyang maging transparent, maging accountable, at involve niya talaga yung mga tao sa pamumuno niya. So, para sa akin, nung nakita ko, kasi actually nag-apply ako bilang program officer ng Ateneo School of Government. So, at bilang proyekto namin, kasama din yung Kaya Natin. So, doon ako na-assign sa mga Jessie Robredo projects at nakita ko na kung paano si Secretary Jessie Robredo, yung mga values na pinapakita niya,
at saka yung mga proyekto niya para sa youth, yun talaga yung kung paano tayo magiging isang mabuting Pilipino, paano tayong kabataan, paano natin masusundan, kung paano si Secretary Jesse Robredo.
No, alam mo yun, sa totoo lang, no? Sana lahat ng mga naging mayor o politiko, mga public servant natin ay merong heart. Like our beloved Secretary Robredo.
Kaya ngayon, simulan natin sa mga kabataan kasi sila yung mga susunod nating mga
alam mo,
leader.
malulungkot ako, hindi ko siya na-meet, no? Ang
Si
personal.
Ate Shai. Maswerte siya at nakilala niya pa si Secretary Jesse Robredo.
Pero talagang maganda itong ginagawa ng grupong Kaya Natin Movement kasi pinaparating pa rin nila ang mga prinsipyo at mga adhikain ng ating secretary na talagang, kumbaga, dapat huwag tayo mawalan ng pag-asa pa rin na magbabago ang ating bansa to better, no? Yes. And I think sa marami na rin namang sumusunod sa yapak niya. At nagiging huwarang mga leader na rin, lalong-lalo na yung mga kabataang mga leader natin, lalo na yung mga batang mayor o gobernador. At talagang ako naniniwala, darating ang panahon, magiging maganda at maayos na rin ang ating gobyerno dahil sa mga prinsipyong binigay at inihatid sa atin ni Secretary Jesse Robredo. So, I would like to invite yung mga kabataan na nakikinig ngayon na sumali dito sa ating youth camp or youth leaders camp.
Ayan po. Sa lahat po ng mga interesadong sumali sa Second Jesse Robredo Youth Leaders Camp, isubmit nyo lang po yung updated resume nyo at letter of intent addressed to Mr. Harvey Ke, Director for Youth Leadership and Social Entrepreneurship of Ateneo School of Government sa jmrfyouth@gmail.com. Ulitin po lang namin, jmrfyouth@gmail.com.
Yes, no? So, kung yung una, sobrang nag-enjoy talaga yung ating mga kabataan, we promise to give you, sabi nga ni Joey, a better and bigger Youth Leaders Camp, no? Gagawin po ito on February 7 to 9 sa Camp Explore in Antipolo. So, if you have any inquiries, pwede nyo lang po kami nasandan ang inyong email sa jmrfyouth@gmail.com, no? Ngayon po, we are trying to gather siguro around 50 college students. So, application is open to all our college students. Sabi nga, I'll always remember yung sinabi ni Secretary Robredo. Sabi niya, whenever you feel alone in this fight for good governance, you have to work harder to multiply yourself. At kahit na nakakapagod minsan, ang pakikipaglaban, gagawin pa rin natin.
At nandito ang Voice of the Youth Radio para suportahan kayo bilang inyong youth media partner.
Thank you so much.
At saka po, wag po palang mag-alala yung mga gustong sumali. Libre po yung program na ito.
Ayan.
So, yan.
Libre.
Ang sagot lang po ng participants, transportation expenses po nila, accommodation and lodging, lahat po, sagot na po
sa lahat ng mga taga Mindanao at Visayas, mag-ipon na kayo ng pamasahe.
Ipon din po.
Okay, alam mo yun, sa totoo lang.
Yung mga napamaskuhan nila.
Ito nga yung masasabi kong weakness, no, pagdating sa bansa natin kasi we are an island nation. So, nadidivide tayo ng tubig. So, yung mga taga Mindanao, instead na mag-bus, diretso na, kailangan pa nila mag-aeroplano at magbarko. Pero, siguro naman, may mga scholarship din naman silang makukuha. Kung wari, talagang karapat-dapat ng kabataan na to na nasa Mindanao o Visayas na sumali dito sa ating programa.
Sabihin lang po nila sa email nila kung kailangan
Ayan,
po.
okay.
At sir, meron din tayong lead like Jessie, no? Sa Mindanao natin plano na gawin
Saka
yan.
sa Visayas din po.
They have to stay tuned for that.
Alright.
Baka yung pupunta kung hindi man nila kayang pumunta sa
Okay, alright. Sali na kayo sa Second Jesse Robredo Youth Leaders Camp.
Thank
And we're here to help you guys. At talagang kami naniniwala, kapag maganda ang gawain, kami ay susuporta.
Salamat po.
Alright.
Salamat sa
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, God bless you. And sige, dyan muna kayo. At ang ating next guest para mag-promote din ang kanilang
Yes,
youth
na
program.
nabanggit ko na kanina ay si Ate Joanna Armenta. She's the current program officer for CSR World Benita and Catalino Yap Foundation and the head organizer of this year's social media workshop for bloggers entitled Social Media Revolution, Influencing Bloggers to Social Responsibility. Yay! Welcome, Miss Joanna!
Good afternoon, mga katinig. Maraming salamat sa pag-imbita dito. First time ko. Thank you so much.
Oh, first time?
Dito! It's an honor. Never pa. Ngayon lang po.
Oh, kasama ka na namin. Dami natin
Salamat.
pinagsamahan, ngayon ka lang pala nag-visit
Oo,
dito sa...
ngayon lang,
Pero,
finally.
we're happy to have you here.
Thank you,
Kita
thank
mo
you so
nagagandaan
much.
at nagagwapuan yung mga tao dito. Kaya sa mga nakikinig, kung gusto nyo makakita ng mga gwapo at magaganda, nandito lang po kami. Talaga lang, ha? Wow. Ano daw? Oh. Okay, so Jojo, ano bang merong bago sa ating mga bagong program ng BCYF ngayon?
Yes, speaking of kabataan and changing the world or changing the nation for better, we have this event called Social Media Workshop for Bloggers, specifically for bloggers. Kasi we know naman na the bloggers are now very influential when it comes to social media, endorsing and promoting stuff and things, no? So, blogging is one way and one tool to change the society somehow through this talented people na nagsusulat ng mga ideas nila. So, right now, we would like to invite you guys and share this event to you. The social media revolution influencing bloggers to social responsibility, to inculcate social responsibility to the themes that our bloggers are doing online. So, inimbitahan namin sina Miss Janet Toral of digitalfilipino.com, si Mr. Koa Bui, an international speaker, and Mr. Mark Delgado, the founder of Bloggers for Change Network. So, sila yung magiging speakers natin for that workshop on January 25, 2014 at iAcademy Makati, and then it will start at 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. So, sana po, kahit hindi kayo sinasabing sarili nyo na blogger kayo, but still you want to write, you want to share stuff online, you could attend and share this event as well. So, check our Facebook page and event. Sana makapunta kayo and see you there. Salamat po.
Wow. So, open naman to sa lahat.
Open sa lahat talaga,
Open
yes.
sa lahat ng blogger na feeling blogger gusto mag-vlog.
Yes,
Okay,
true.
ayan. So,
Tama.
marami tayong matututunan dito, lalo na when it comes to vlogging. Kasi big time yung mga guest natin, Ate Jojo.
Oo naman. And talagang matagal na silang vloggers. Talagang sila yung mga tinitingala sa mga when it comes to vlogging. And then sila rin yung mga ini-invite na mga vloggers for them to be trained as well. So, inimbitahan namin sila para magkaroon ng intimate session with these vloggers na a-attend ng social media workshop.
Oh, katinig. Interesado dyan mag-vlog. Pumunta lang kayo sa event ni Ate Jojo. Ulitin natin para
Ayun, sige. On January 25, we have the social media workshop for bloggers entitled Social Media Revolution, Influencing Bloggers to Social Responsibility at iAcademy. It will start at 1 p.m. until 5 p.m. And then pinapakilala ko rin pala, one of the Jose Rizal University awardees, ang aking intern, si Maris Del Rio, from De La Salle pa.
So, a pleasant afternoon and thank you very much for having us here. So, as what Miss Jojo said, we are all inviting you to come and learn more sa social media. So, we're very delighted to see you soon. Kaya, i-push lang natin to, okay?
Nararamdaman kong voice works din to. Tama ba? Okay, wow. So, Ate Jojo, once again, last invite para talagang, para sa mga katinig natin na interesado dito sa mga websites.
Yes. First of all, I would like to invite you guys to like our page, yung Benita and Catalina Foundation. Follow us on Twitter at BCY Foundation. And then, we also have this event page for this social media workshop for bloggers. Yung title niya is Social Media Revolution, Influencing Bloggers to Social Responsibility. So, sana po, makita-kita tayo doon on January 25 at iAcademy Makati.
Inaasahan namin kayo dyan, mga katinig. Pupunta tayo dyan, di ba?
Partner natin dyan ng VOTY.
Go VOTY.
I-post siya mga
Yes, matututo na naman tayo niyan. Okay. So, si Ate Audrey, Hi, Ate Audrey, bago natin. Ito, isang vlogger natin.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Fresh na fresh.
This is Audrey Tangonan, Executive Director of Voice of the Youth Network.
Okay. Ayan. Yay! Okay, so once again, pasalamatan natin ngayon ang mga naging guests natin at sa kanilang mga event na gagawin, supportado natin yan ang VOTY. Okay. So once again, Miss Jojo, Miss wala ako kanina.
Miss Shailene Castillo and Miss Joanna Santa Isabel.
Palakpakan natin, ma.
Yay! Sa Voice of the Youth Radio. Salamat!
Tsaka hindi ito ang huli nating pagsasama. Ayan. Marami pa tayong pagsasamahan. O, sana minsan kunin niyo akong speaker, ha?
Yeah, sure.
Sir, bilang nag-promote si Jojo kanina, pwede ko rin bang i-promote yung ating social media sa Kaya Natin Movement?
Oh, sure. You can promote
Please,
anything you want.
paki-add lang po tayo. Paki-like yung ating page. No? That's www.facebook.com/Kaya Natin. Paki-follow din po kami sa Twitter. That's twitter.com/Kaya Natin. Maraming salamat po.
Kaya nyo yan. Kaya nyo
Yes.
i-like ang kanilang page. Okay, thank you very much. Mabuhay kayo.
Hi, this is Boy Abunda, and you are listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio. Ikaw na.
Ikaw ang hinintay. Hi, this is Ogie Alcacid, and I like Voice of the Youth.
This is Anthony Pangilinan for Voice of the Youth Radio. Inspire, inform, involve, and empower.
I really like Voice of the Youth Radio on 999 kilohertz DCIQ. Alien?
Brad Pitt, ang susunod po magtatanong ay si...
Hey, cowabunga, dude! You're listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master, Patolo Gonzalez, here on Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Woohoo!
Our next guest is a creative and artistic voice actor. He was the voice behind the puppets of Zuma, Boa and Conda, Iglot of GMA7, Kapitan Basa of Batibot in TV5, Koke, Elahe of Atlantica, Imaw and Dilawan of Encantadia. He also got the villain role in Cassandra the Warrior Angel as Abdon. He does dubbing for Korean novela and telenovelas. He is a professional ring announcer as well. He is also the co-owner of their family business, Bonito Clowns. Please welcome Mr. Noel Urbano. Yay!
Woo! Okay. Dami natin mga audience dito. Okay, welcome Kuya Noel. Ayan,
yes, hello po, Cholo. Congrats pare. Tawag doon, hindi ko in-expect. Ang laki na ng kini-create mong legacy, pare.
Alam mo, matagal na kitang gustong imbitahan dito sa programa dahil alam nyo, mga katinig sa mga nakikinig, ito isa sa mga iniidolo ko to nung ako'y nagsisimula. Wow. Talagang masasabi kong isa sa mga mentor ko tong taong ito at talagang nakatulong din kung saan tayo naroroon ngayon, no, sa mundo ng voice acting at talagang sila yung mga naging huwaran ko nung ako bata pa. Kaya Kuya Noel ang tawag ko dito. Tsaka gwapong-gwapo po ito. Kung nakita nyo to, mukhang artistahin.
Ay, grabe.
Alright, kasi galing to sa pamilyang artista ko. So, kumusta Kuya Noel? Kumusta bang buhay-buhay ngayon? At ano bang ginagawa natin ngayong bagong project? Tapos, balikan natin yung buhay mo.
Well, yun nga, tulad nga ng sinabi ni Miss Jill, no? Tama po ba? Ayan, sa ngayon, ako po kagagaling lang sa taping, kaya medyo puyat-puyat ng Galema, anak ni Zuma.
Ayun.
So, yun, ako rin ay voice and puppeteer nung dalawang ahas niya, si Boa. Ayun.
Nagsasalita ba yung ahas?
Oo, nagsasalita. Actually, yung ahas ni Galema nagsasalita, lalaki at babae. Mm-hmm. Tapos si Zuma rin, yun, si Boa at si Conda nagsasalita rin. So ayun, nagpapaalam na sila. Ayun, so nagsasalita rin. Ako na yung kinuha nilang magsalita para.
Ayan.
Oo, wala nang ibang makuha eh.
Alam mo, sa totoo lang, halos lahat ng mga makita yung puppet na lumalabas sa maybe sa channel 2 o sa ibang channel ay boses at siya ang puppeteer nito. Pero bago ka naging puppeteer, Kuya Noel, no? Sino ba si Noel Urbano nung siya ay 15 taong gulang? At paano ka napasok sa industriyang ito?
Well, alam niyo, ang pinaka-start is sa theater ako sa Adamson University. So doon ako nag-start na malaman na, kasi noon mahihain ako. So hindi ko alam na Sabi ko, tatay, kayo ko kaya talaga si Manuel Conde, which I don't know kung kilala ng nakararaming mga kabataan ngayon yon. Si Manuel Conde, kung pupunta kayo sa CCP, makikita niyo Tanghalang Manuel Conde. So, isa siya sa mga national artists natin. Okay? Pero mahihain ako. Sabi ko, ano kaya ako ng tatay ko? So, yun, sumabok ako sa theater. So, yun, na-develop doon. And nagkaroon ng audition doon sa isang radio station rin as a voice drama artist. So, nag-audition ako out of 300, kumuha na ng 5 lalaki, 5 babae. And yun na yung start ng lahat. True voicing talaga. Kumbaga, para kumarating lahat ng ito, ang dami kong napuntahan because of yung my voice skills or talent.
So, no wonder, no? Talagang nasa dugo ni Kuya Noel ang pagiging isang artist. Yan. Ayan, pupuntuhan natin talagang sasabihin siya ay isang artist, hindi lang basta talent.
Sir, pwede po ba kami makahingi ng sample dyan?
Sino doon?
Alam mo, sige, mamaya yung sample. Mamaya, gagawin niya halos lahat ng mga nagawa niyang boses. So, Kuya, sa tagal mo na sa industriyang ito, nakita mo yung pagbabago at syempre, mga kaibahan ng teknolohiyang ginagamit ninyo noon. Paano ba nag-re-recording ang isang Noel Urbano noon?
Parang black and white pa yung noon eh. Para makaluma pa. Actually, di ba, I don't know kung inaabot mo pa rin yung Betacam, yung 2 tracks. Grabe yung 2 tracks kasi talagang kumbaga...
Actually, yung Matic pa nga ba?
Yung Matic, oo. 2 tracks pa rin yun, di ba? Yung 2 tracks ang hirap kasi kung lahat kayo crowd dubbing, di ba? Or maraming characters yung idadub nyo, talagang hindi po pwedeng isa-isa. Hindi katulad ngayon na Pro Tools na pwedeng single tracks. So noon talaga siksikan kami sa booth, talagang sabay-sabayan. Mahirap pero noon mas masaya. Kasi sama-sama kayong, parang ganito yan, magkakasama kayo ngayon, nasa isang booth, di ba? Yun. Pero ngayon nga, siguro dahil nga yung technology talagang umaano na, mas madali na. Pero yun nga, minsan malungkot kasi ko lang mag-isa nagdadub sa isang studio. Yun.
Iba yung feeling na may kausap ka, mga kalinyahan ka.
Correct, oo.
Naranasan ko yan. Isang mali mo lang, lahat kayo ulit.
Yun, oo.
So nakakahiya ka kung hindi ka makasunod. Kaya ganun kagagaling yung mga veterano at mga kabatch ninyo noon, ano? Sino ba yung mga masasabi mong mentor mo sa dubbing and voice acting?
Wow. Actually, yung naging mentor ko naging mentor mo rin
Sila Tito Joey.
Tito Joey Galvez and Josie Galvez. Actually, kay Tito Josie talaga ako nag-start sa radio. Kasi nandoon sila sa isang radio station rin na siya yung parang drama supervisor that time. So yun, doon ako nag-audition sa kanya and nakuha niya ako bilang voice dubber rin sa movie kasi nagsusupervise rin siya sa mga artista.
Sino ba yung mga binobosesan mong artista?
Ang pinaka plakado ko talaga dati si The Boy na mayapa
na
yun.
Sige nga, sample
Wala
niya.
The Girl na ngayon.
Paano?
Nakalimutan ko na kasi namatay na siya. Hindi, mostly ang nagagaya ko is yung talaga nakikita mo yung mukha, di ba? Alam mo naman yun. Pero yung talagang kahit walang mukha, si Ricardo Cepeda, yung asawa ni Snooki Serna.
Sige nga. Ayan.
Dinap ko siya sa dalubhasa
Ito. Pakinggan natin mga kaibigan. Noel Urbano.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Ricardo Cepeda. Ang asawa ko po si Cookie.
Ang galing, nakakatawa. Palakpakan naman dyan.
Actually, para siya si
Pero hi Bert.
Pero ito kasi ako, I can identify and maybe masasabi ko na Noel Urbano is a puppet master, no? Kung hindi nyo na itatanong sa mga nakikinig, nung ako yung mga 19 or 20 years old, ako po ay nagbabatibot na. At nakita kong, sabi ko nga, naghahanap sila ng bagong voice talent o puppeteer na etong si Kuya Noel ang unang-una kong sinabihan at wala nang iba. Naalala mo yun, Kuya?
Actually,
That was siguro mga 1999 or 2000 nung pinakilala kita sa ating kaibigan si Rene Villanueva.
Yes.
At
icon sa batibot.
Talagang doon nagsimula ang iyong pagpapapit, di ba? Hanggang sa lumabong at yumabong na ang iyong career sa puppeteer. So, sino ba yung mga nagawa mo? marinig lang ng mga listeners natin ang mga ginawa mong boss.
So, dun sa Batibot, nung pinapunta mo ko doon, nakuha ako hindi as Puppeteer Une, as a TV host. Kasi that time, parang nawala si Kuya Boji. So, naghanap sila ng male host na
parang ikaw naging alternative
parang
ni
ganon. Pero hindi ko naman
Boji.
talaga mapapalitan si Boji, di ba? Kuya Boji, kakaiba yon.
Boji Pascua.
Oo. Tapos hanggang sa eventually, sinabi nila, kaya mo bang si Kapitan Basa. So, kasi nung time na yon na medyo nagkasakit yung original. Actually, babae ang voice ni Kapitan Basa eh. So, pinatry sa akin. So, Zim Zam Kablam! Ako po si Kapitan Basa! Ganon yung boses ni Kapitan Basa na. Ayun yung doon sa Batibo. Then, hanggang sa napunta naman ako doon sa kabilang channel, which is yung At Iba Pa. Doon na yon, ang daming mga characters akong nagawa doon.
Talagang ganda rin ng naging career mo pagdating dito sa mga youth at saka mga children's show.
Correct, oo.
At sana ito ay malaman ng mga nakikinig at sa lahat ng mga siguro ako na magsisimula na gusto kong makilala si Noel Urbano na isa talagang alamat na ng children's show pagdating sa puppeteer. Ganon. Ano pa ba yung mga nagawa nating bosses? Sample na natin.
Ang pinaka naging kilala at actually yun yung first yata na electronic or animatronic puppet si Imaw ng Encantadia.
Imaw? Pakalain nyo siya pala yan. Sige nga, sample.
Okay, sample natin.
Avisala mga sangre, ako si Imaw ng Encantadia.
Ayan. Okay. And
ang galing talaga.
Hanggang sa yun, from Imaw ng Encantadia, naisipan nila na i-revive yung Kokey na, di ba sa movie siya, ginawang TV series ni Direk Wen. So ako rin yung nakuha.
Okay, pakinggan nga natin.
Animatronic yan. Okay, sample ulit.
Krik! Hello po, Kokey po ito. Hanap kong mamay kakay. Favorite ko po, hotdog. Kain hotdog, Kokey.
Okay. Sige nga, kuya. Ito request lang. Sabihin nga, ako, Kokey. Kayo ay nakikinig sa Voice of the Youth Radio. Tsaka si Imaw. Go.
Okay.
Krik! Kokey po ito. Ako po, ay, hindi pala. Kayo po ang nakikinig sa The Voice of Youth Radio dito sa DCIQ 990 AM. Krik!
Vesala, lagi kayong makikinig mga katinig dito sa DCIQ Voice of the Youth. Vesala.
Okay, wala na akong masabi. Idol talaga to, idol. Ano pa po yung Kuya Noel, no? Sa mga nakikinig. Para malaman naman kasi alam mo, ang problema natin mga voice artists, hindi tayo nakikita, no?
Actually,
So, the more na nagiging parang, alam mo yan, yung tayo nagiging sila, parang gustong-gusto kanila makita ng personal. Curious yung mga tao.
Sino kaya to?
No? So, siguro, alam mo, pag lumabas ka pa sa TV, maraming matuto.
Oo nga eh.
So, ano pa ba yung isang karakter mo na kilalang?
Ito na, yung pinaka-latest is yung kay Galema, anak ni Zuma. Ako po yung ahas nga niya. Dalawa, si Bowa tsaka si Konda.
Sige nga.
So, nagkukulitan sila. Si Bowa, eto.
Panginoon, kailangan kumain na tayo ng puso ng berhen. Nanghihina tayo.
Oo nga, Panginoon. Hirap na ako. Nanghihina ka na rin. Loser!
Parang
alam mo kuya, kahit maghapon tayo magkwentuhan dito hindi matatapos. Talagang nakakatuwa pagdating sa voice acting kasi ang kagandahan, you can be someone even you are the same person.
Correct.
At ang kagandahan din sa voice acting, hindi ka kasi nakikita. So you can, unlike kapag visual, hindi ako maniniwalang si Kokey siya. Pag nakita ko, napakagwapo nitong tao ito, hindi naman kamukha ni Kokey, di ba? Pero pag nagsalita, si Kokey.
Actually, kaya pag pinasasample ko sila, sabi ko, pikit nga kayo kasi hindi nyo may imagine na laki-laki kong tao. Ganun.
Anyway, kuya, we only have 8 minutes to go before 4 o'clock. Ano ba may papayo mo sa mga aspiring, sa mga taong nakikita nila yung sarili nila sa katauhan ni Noel Urbano, no? Ako naniniwala, napakaraming tao dyan, lalo na sa Pilipinas, ang nangangarap din na maging voice artist, puppeteer na tulad mo.
Correct.
Ano bang pwede nating share dyan?
Una, kasi talaga yung pinagdaanan ko as a voice artist, napakadami talagang pwedeng puntahan. No, because being a voice artist, bukod sa pagiging dubber, ayun, biruin mo pa rin, nakapasok rin ako as ring announcer. Di ba? Kasi kailangan malaking boses siya.
Paano ba yun? Ladies,
okay.
In the blue corner, wearing red stripes with blue, ano nga ba yun?
Blue trunks.
Blue trunks, weighing 155 pounds.
Di ba? Ganon. Dinadab ko lang yun dati sa movie. So, nung nangailangan sila doon sa Games and Amusement Board ng ring announcer, sabi nga, sige, try ko nga. Di nakapasok ako doon.
Yan ang kagandahan, no? Ang dami mong pwedeng puntahan.
Daming pwedeng puntahan. Nag-clown ako, ikaw nga rin, ang dami mo na rin pinapuntahan di ba? Ayan yan,
it's more on ang career natin ngayon. Actually, yung calling natin is motivational and inspirational speaker.
Yes, alam mo, napakaganda nga yan. Siguro, sabi mo nga, para ma-inspire rin natin yung mga kabataan natin. Way back 17, 18 years old, ganun rin yung naging start sa akin. No, basta kung may mga opportunities, may mga audition, at alam nyo naman kaya nyo, o kahit hindi nyo kaya, kayanin nyo puntahan nyo pa rin, grab the opportunity. Kasi you'll never know hanggat hindi nyo nasusubukan. Diba? Huwag nyo sabihin, baka hindi ko kaya So, talagang i-try nyo muna. Then, pagka once na tinry nyo, katulad ako kasi pag once na may pinasok akong isang bagay,
you put your heart on it.
Yes, talagang 150%.
More than pa sa 100.
Correct. And lagi ang mentality ko, ang mindset ko, be the best or one of the best. Hindi yung pumasok ko dito para lang masabing voice talent ako.
Para lang kumita.
Kumita ako. Kasi pag may passion
Saka you should put your heart on it.
Yes.
And you treat it as an art form.
Correct. Tama.
And this is one kind of art na masasabi kong unique sa'yo at specifically, ikaw lang ang kayang gumawa niyan.
Ayan nga.
Although, I believe that there's someone out there na mga bata na humahanga sa mga tulad mo na matutulungan mo rin na maging isang di man mapantayan ang nagawa mo, maging tulad mo rin balang araw.
Actually, ito nga yung pinag-uusapan namin kanina. Nagtatanong sila, meron ba daw mga youth na puppeteers? Tapos napaisip nga ako, sabi ko nga, parang iilan lang. Actually, halos matatanda na yung mga puppeteer.
Tama. Maybe this is now time, no? Na magturo ka, Kuya Noel.
Correct.
Tulad ng ginagawa ko sa mga kabataan din na gusto maging voice artist. Kami Sir Danny, Neil Tolentino, at Alex Agkawin.
Ang galing niya nga saludo ko sa inyo, pare ko So, actually, nagbuo po kami sa Facebook kasi last year ago, nagtingin ako kung mayroong puppeteers club o association dito sa Philippines. Sa Facebook, wala pa. So, nagbuo ako. Meron na kaming nabuo, na-register rin namin sa SEC, yung Philippine Puppeteers Club International Philippines, PCIP.
Congratulations.
So, kami doon ng mga seminars for puppetry, ventriloquist. So, yung mga gusto dyan, tingnan nyo, i-search nyo sa Facebook, Puppeteers Club International Philippines. O mag-like lang kayo doon. Doon pinopost namin yung mga seminars and kung gusto nyo matuto mag-puppeteer, meron tayo doon.
Yan. So, sige. Sa lahat ng mga gustong matuto, no? Soon, magkakaroon kayo ng mga workshop on puppeteer, no?
Doon sa,
sige. Actually, kasama din natin si Juan Lu, ventriloquist.
Yan nga
Ay, estudyante rin natin ngayon. Actually, kanina umaga nandun siya. Dapat nga, sabay kayo ngayon dahil marami nagre-request kay Juan Lu. Napakahusay din na ventriloquist niyan.
Correct.
Anyway, any last words sa mga kabataan? Anything na you want to share?
Well, katulad ng sinishare ko lagi nga sa mga anak ko rin. Para kung mga anak rin kayo, no? Basta katulad ng nabanggit natin kanina na once na pumasok kayo sa isang kahit na always put your heart into it 150%, and wag niyong isipin na kayo ay audience lang. Be the best or one of the best. Kasi ang tindi ng competition ngayon out there, outside, no? Hindi pwedeng, kunwari ngayon, sino ba yung nag-i-school pa yun? Nag-i-school pa ba kayo? Ayun, hindi pwedeng gumraduate lang kayo kasi para lang masabing gumraduate kayo. Kailangan gumraduate kayo as one of the best. Kasi paglabas nyo, pinag-aagawan kayo niya kung sakali. Ayun, so yun naman
po. they can also lead their dreams. Kahit nag-aaral pa sila, pwede na nilang gawin yung gusto nilang gawin.
Oo nga.
Tulad na nangyari sa'yo nung ikaw ay kabataan pa. Mukha ka pa namang binata. Binat na. Anyway, maraming salamat Kuya Noel for your time.
Oo, thank you rin.
Sobrang alam mo, I really appreciate your presence here. Sa alam niyo, sabi ko nga, ang sarap makasama ng mga iniidolo mo na, no? Yung mga ina-idolize mo at saka hinahangaan mo nung bata ka. At nakasama mo rin para marating mo kung saan ka naroroon ngayon. Ayan.
Actually, alam mo,
always look back, yan nga sinasabi ko.
Ang ako naman masasabi ko lang, no, sobrang natutuwa ako ngayon sa ginagawa mo ngayon. Kumbaga, kung ako isa yung naging idol mo, ngayon, ang dami nang uma-idolize sa'yo. Wow. Wala pa ka naman natin si Coacholo Gonzales, grabe. Ibang klase.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Mas saludo kami sa'yo, kuya. At I hope one day, no, alam mo, we're offering workshop na sa mga voice at sa mga talks for free sa mga schools na para lang maipakalat natin ang ating artistry.
Oo.
At sana maimbitahan ka namin sa mga schools, lalo na sa PUP.
Oo.
No? Meron silang workshop na gagawin din doon. At ma-share lang din natin at makilala rin tayo ng mga estudyante at mga kabataan.
Alright.
Okay, thank you very much. And God bless you. Mabuhay po kayo.
Sa lahat ng mga katinig. Thank you.
Hey, cowabunga, dude! You're listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master, Patolo Gonzales, here on Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Woohoo! Informing, inspiring, involving, and empowering the Filipino youth worldwide. You're listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master, Pocholo Gonzales, here on Radio Inquirer 990 AM.
Inquirer Radio. Inquirer Radio. 990 AM. 990 AM. Ngayon, gabi-gabi nyo nang mapapakinggan ang programang Lunas Kalungsugan. Lunas Kalungsugan. Kasama pa rin ang batikang broadcaster at writer pang kalungsugan, si Kuya Rudy Liwanag. Kasama din si Dr. Joe at si Nico Light. Subaybayan at tumutok sa programang ikinasisigla ng bawat Pilipino, lalo na ang mga senior citizens. Lunas Kalungsugan. Lunas Kalungsugan. Linggo hanggang Biyernes, alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng gabi at alas 9 hanggang alas 10:30 ng gabi tuwing Sabado dito sa Inquirer Radio 990 AM. Ang Lunas Kalusugan ay may free check-up tuwing Sabado at Linggo mula alas 8 ng umaga hanggang 1:00 ng hapon sa 4th floor Guadalupe Commercial Complex, EDSA Makati, tapat ng MRT Station. Tumawag sa telephone number 514-4597 o mag-text sa 0927-838-3828.
Pagkat yan lang ang yaman mo.
990 AM. Inquirer Radio.
Here's some story for this hour. Malacanang said the setting up of temporary sites and the return of NBI forensic team will speed up the burial process of fatalities from Super Typhoon Yolanda. Deputy Presidential Spokesperson Abigail Baltes said the temporary burial site will allow still unidentified bodies to be exhumed once forensic team need to process them later. Baltes said the NBI disaster victim identification team returned to Tacloban City and resumed the processing of remains. She quoted Justice Secretary Laila De Lima as saying the concerned agency met on the matter and have agreed on a division of responsibilities. Amid Malacanang assurance that security measures are in place for the Black Nazarene Feast, the Eco-Waste Coalition appealed to devotees for clean celebration. The environmental group asked all involved in the November 9 feast to ensure hygienic and litter-free festa. The group requested people who will be in the festa to help in the solution and not be the problem. Eco-Waste shared some tips to make the festivities clean and trash-free. Anjong Malapas for Inquirer Radio 990 AM.
Inquirer Radio. This is Inquirer Radio 990 AM. 990 AM. Naliligaw ka ba sa mga isyong pinag-uusapan sa ating bayan ngayon? Problema mo ba kung sino ang dapat mong pagkatiwalaan? Dito sa Inquirer Radio 990 AM. Pakinggan ang tinig ng mga eksperto. Pagbabalita at talakayang may paghatol ng mga nakikinig. Diretsahang sagot mula sa mga taong may talino at angking galing sa pagsuri ng mga argumento at impormasyon. Tinig ng mga eksperto. Tinig ng mga eksperto. Sasahing papawid tuwing Sabado alas 8 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga. Ang Tinig ng mga eksperto. This is Trans Radio Broadcasting Corporation. Inquirer Radio 990 AM. News, information, entertainment, and public service. DZIQ. Inquirer Radio 990 AM. Member KBP.
What's up, y'all? My name is Apple the App, and listen to the Voice of the Youth Radio. Pakinggan niyo.
You are now listening to the most trending show on radio. Where can you listen to the hottest and hippest news in town? Be inspired, involved, informed, and empowered. This is Voice of the Youth Radio. So what are you waiting for? Let the voice of the youth be heard. Tune in at DZIQ Radio Inquirer 990 AM every Saturday 3 to 4:30 PM or visit us at www.voty.org. Tara! Masaya dito!
Okay, we're back. The Voice of the Youth Radio. Clap, clap, clap. Okay. Mas marami na naman tao ngayon.
Yes, and we are now entering English zone.
Kailangan ko na ba lumabas?
Yes. A very special guest, two special guests, who will be introduced by Canon.
Okay, we will have Mr. Isaac Reyes. He is a descendant of our national hero, Mr. Dr. Jose Rizal.
Wow.
This is an honor and a privilege.
Thanks very much, Canon.
Welcome,
and I
sir.
should just clarify really quickly, descendant of Saturnina. So,
okay, well,
you know,
yes.
I wish I was a descendant of, Jose Rizal himself, but descendant of Saturnina, his eldest sister.
Well, still have the same blood, right?
Yeah, that's
all
true.
good.
Okay. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. And
medyo masakit.
Your nose bleeding is already noted.
Go sa.
I have a handkerchief.
Dahil dyan, ang kasama ko ngayong co-host ko is si Canon dahil import ko to. Dahil medyo English on tayo dito ngayon. So, go Canon.
Yes, and our next guest.
And our next guest will be Miss Billy Crystal Dumaliang.
Hi, magandang hapon.
Billy Crystal is in like the movie City Slickers.
Yes,
Have
Billy
you
Crystal, the American comedian.
Okay, yeah, that's one of my favorite actors.
Oh, that's great.
It's a unique name.
Yeah, I was supposed to be named after Rizal because I was born on Rizal Day, but they picked Billy Crystal
belated
over
happy
Billy Crystal,
Rizalina.
that's a really unique name.
Thanks.
Pizza. Oh yeah, and because you mentioned birthday, it's actually a special person's birthday today.
Wow! Happy birthday!
And let's greet Canon. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to you!
All right. Before we go into that birthday celebration things, let's go talk to our two guests. So,
Okay, let's start with Isaac Reyes. All right.
Let's go, Canon.
how are you finding your stay here in the Philippines? Is this your first time here? Just vacation? What's your objective here?
Yeah, so I was actually born in the Philippines.
Okay.
And so I've been coming back every 2 or 3 years since I was a little kid. And yeah, my experience here is great. Every time I come back here, half of me feels like I'm coming home. I love the food. The people are so warm and welcoming. I have a lot of relatives here, so I love coming back.
Yes, likewise, I'm kind of in the same predicament. I'm also half as well.
Yeah, I
and
noticed you had some half something going on
yes,
there.
I just love the hospitality here. you know, the Filipino culture, it's so rich in family bonds, and they
That's
don't
it,
realize how good that they have it compared to other societies of different countries.
Absolutely, yeah. There's definitely a family like orient,
like a bond, yes.
yeah, that happens here that I don't see in other countries. For example, in Australia, when your parents get to a certain age, like when we're talking like 70 plus. The Australian way for a lot of families is to put them in a nursing home and just kind of forget about them.
Yes,
and see them just on
it's
like
due to that fast-paced lifestyle of the workforce.
That's
you know,
it.
their schedule doesn't permit them to basically take care of their needs because it's much more demanding than having an infant. You know, you're dealing with an adult,
Absolutely.
and there could be certain reasons why they were put into that nursing home. It could be injuries. It could be. You know, as much as I don't like to say it because I had a relative that my grandpa, he had Alzheimer's, and and this is in the U.S. You know, it's really disheartening to witness that. But yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, but I notice here, you know, the culture is, very close family bonds and the kids pitching in to look after the parents and the grandparents, and I really like to see that.
Yes, I even grew up with my Lola and Lolo. That's the Tagalog word for grandma and grandma here.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I can
yeah,
talk
okay.
there. I can speak a little.
Oh, sige, sample na.
Magandang tanghali.
Oh, good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, but we're just really curious because you're a descendant of Saturnina.
That's
well,
right.
Of course, she's a Filipina, but you are a mix of what races actually?
Yeah, sure. So my mum is an Australian, and my dad is Filipino.
Oh, okay, so you're half Filipino.
Yeah, so half.
Yes.
So are you single? No, because we're talking about youth topics today. Because he doesn't look like he's more Australian than Filipino. But what Filipino traits or are there any family secrets that your father has passed down to you from the great family?
Yeah, I mean,
is there a book of secrets? You know, if you've seen that TV show.
Yeah, you know, well, there's a lot of speculation about Rizal and what secrets he may have had, but yeah, there was definitely a Filipino influence growing up. You know, the Australian way is to be quite laid back in regards to your studies and all that, but my dad used to always say, you know, no, you're from that line of Rizal. He used to say, you know, you have to use your coconut, and he'd knock my head.
Yes.
And yeah, so there's always been a really big emphasis on education in our family.
Yes, the importance of education. You know, that's really the backbone of society today. That's what's really driving not just. I always bring up the workforce because you know that education is like the basic foundation of everything that will build up into a community. Basically,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I agree.
So, what other influences from the Rizal? Because we're really asking for the secrets, right?
Yeah.
Rizal clan.
It's their clan. It's like royal blood in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So, is there any peculiar stories that you've heard from your father about the Rizal family before, or?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, probably nothing I'd say on radio, but you know,
we can talk after. It's okay. Yeah.
If there is something that I guess was passed on, it's that. I mean, if you look at the Rizal's life, he was a man that fought the oppressors, and the oppressors at the time were the Spanish. And if you fast forward to today, and you look at the Filipino people, and you ask yourself, you know, who are the oppressors now? And are the Filipino people a free people?
Honestly, did you hear what Isaac just said? Ask yourself that question. Who is being oppressed nowadays with all the luxuries that we have of technology? You know, is it... I mean, you know, think about it. You have Facebook, you have TV, you have an easy way of means of transportation with MRT, and if you own a vehicle. You know, this isn't something that they had a couple of 100 years ago. No. Now think about it for a moment. Forget all your luxuries. How are you being oppressed nowadays? And it's not just here in the Philippines, but
yeah, no, exactly. And so, you know, the standard of living now is higher.
Yes, much higher. Hyperinflation.
Absolutely. But is the mental standard of living higher? That's the question, I guess, that I want to ask the youth of the
Yes.
Philippines today. It's something to think about. I've only been here for a couple of months, but I've tried to have conversations with maids, with drivers, with people on the street, and even though the standard of living is high, we have phones, we can text, we're shrinking distance between people, we have air conditioning, we have fast food, we've got all of these things, but there is a lack of, I guess, upward social mobility.
Yes, and they all share that same perspective. Their outlook on is there any type of oppression? Since that's the main focus point of this conversation.
Sure.
Yes, they all share the same perspective in terms of just their general outlook. Yes, I'm echoing myself here.
So I guess what I can get from this little talk is like their family is still very conscious about fighting for freedom, even in our current context. And also, Kimmy was wanting to ask something.
Have you, based on his written works, what can you say about it? Like Lonely Matangere and El Filibusterismo. What can you say
Was
about
that like your bedtime story during?
No, in terms of those texts, I'm definitely not as well versed as the scholars are. But the one thing I got from them was that just Rizal was fearless. I mean, at the time that he wrote those works, no one was saying, no one was standing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he just stood up in the face of all of this adversity. He basically...
The epitome of integrity.
Absolutely. And he knew that he was writing his own death sentence as he was writing those texts, yet he still just put it out there. And I guess that's a lesson for all of us to take. And I always feel that no matter what I do, I'm not standing up enough compared to what Rizal did.
Yes.
So Rizal is really one of the model Filipinos that we all want to be like, right?
Absolutely.
And it's just so happened that here with us is, of course, Miss Billy, the awardee of the Jose Rizal Model Student of the Year. So
Hello. Hi. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, can you tell us a little bit more about this award?
Competition.
This competition?
Yes. So it's organized by the Order of the Knights of Rizal, which is constitutionally mandated. And then what they do is they get nominations from universities across the country.
So you're from which university?
I am from the Ateneo de Manila University, the alma mater of Jose Rizal.
I told you, this is English zone. We're from
Kaya ko po
Ateneo
mag-Tagalog.
and Australians. Anyway, that was a joke.
No, I apologize for that, guys. Like, I actually want you guys to speak Tagalog because I'm on a crash course right now, and so the
Okay.
more Tagalog I hear, the better.
Okay.
We can practice with
Taglish.
you. That's all right.
Okay.
Yes, Taglish.
So,
that way you can comprehend.
Okay,
what's-
so
yeah.
after that, they kind of review all your
Uh-huh.
CVs and all your achievements, and then they pick like top 21 finalists, and then the 21 finalists go to an interview, like a whole day
Yeah.
interview,
A
rigorous interview in
Wow.
the headquarters in Manila,
Mhm.
and then they pick the top 10 winners, and then from the top 10 you have the ranking.
So that's a lot of processes.
Yeah.
And you were the model out of all that hundreds of youth.
Yeah,
So,
she's
Mhm.
the recent most outstanding student of the Jose Rizal Model Student of the Philippines.
yeah, so can you tell us a little bit more about how Rizal has inspired you with your works? I mean,
Okay.
your achievements, your affiliations.
Yeah, like I told you guys a while ago, like I was born on December 30 on Rizal
Mhm.
Day. So ever since I was born, I was always compared to Dr. Jose Rizal,
Oh.
right? So that was a lot of pressure, but I felt like throughout my life from grade school, like we've all been through Noli Me Tangere and El Fili.
Yeah.
I also see part of myself in him, and the things that he does. That he's a traveler. That he wants to make a difference. That he wants to learn different languages. All those little things. I think I was like, I can, even though it's kind of impossible to be like Jose
So how
Rizal.
many languages
I
have
can
you
try.
know?
Just like I'm learning German now, so it's one of his favorite languages.
German, that's a unique language to
I
want to
know.
learn,
I
and
know.
those attributes that you aspire to be.
Got it now.
That's again Jose Rizal. He's a great
Yeah.
role model.
I know.
Even though he's not with us now, he's painted
Right.
in this society as a hero.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. So what are why do you think you were chosen as the awardee for this competition?
I guess so ever since high school, like grade school I was the nerdy type, so I want to get like straight A's. High school, I felt like that wasn't enough, so I went into student council. So 4 years of student council. In college, I continued being in the student government,
student leader.
but just last year I decided to change paths. I felt like I could do something more relevant and more important, and that's why I started my social enterprise, Coconelas.
Oh,
So yeah,
we're a big fan of social enterprise.
That's good. That's good.
Just
guys.
give us free samples.
Yeah, like us on Facebook, by the way, on Coconelas.
Okay.
So what we do is we produce ethically responsible and fashionable footwear for the young generation. So it's actually made of the largest agri-waste in the Philippines,
which is
coconut coir, the fiber.
Cocoa coir.
Yeah, the fiber you find from the husk, which is the
Yeah.
reason why they don't break when they fall, even though they're super heavy, right? So because of the usage of that, we lessen waste, but at the same time, we provide a different kind of comfort to your feet. So they're really comfy and they're really trendy. So yeah, we've been doing market tests throughout the year, and it's been really a great experience working with different people and organizations.
So what made you start up with this business?
Actually, it started as a marketing plan with my friends for school. And then there was this competition with GK where you have a capital for your prize.
Yes.
So we actually won more than 150K in capital. And
Congrats.
I mean, if you have the resources,
Congratulations!
right, why not do it now, even before we graduated? So yeah, that's how we started.
So you think you've applied your leadership skills, because you said before that you started with school leadership, and then you applied it to your business. Oh, that's really great. So anyway, a question for both of you, because you're both
right,
descendants
tag team time.
descendants of Rizal.
I'm the pseudo descendant.
So what is one thing? What is the most? What is the best attribute of Rizal that you think you also have?
What is it that you think you inherited in terms of his best attributes?
Yeah.
Billy seems ready to go.
Okay. I think it's I would say two things. One is curiosity, just being so curious about the world, wanting to see everything of it, and seeing the potential and doing what we can to make a change and to make a mark in the world. That's one thing. And the other thing, and I think it's not a very common answer, but it's what I said during my interview for the award, and it's
the winning answer.
Yeah,
it's pageant of.
Because they asked me, was Rizal a womanizer? That was the question, and that was the direction of the.
I also asked that. Exactly.
Yeah, and what I said is no, I don't think he's a womanizer. I think he had good intentions for these women, and I believe that that's one of the most important things I love about him. He's not afraid to love, right? I mean, guys are so afraid to love sometimes because you get hurt and stuff. But he was not afraid to love, and his greatest love was for his country, and that showed very well.
So you're not afraid
I'm not
to
afraid
love.
to love.
Okay, Adrienne,
Guys, listen up.
take tips.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's for you.
Notes of curiosity and
That's Love 101.
Yeah. We should have you on our February episode.
Yes, and let's go to Isaac, huh?
Yeah, I think I'm going to use that next time I'm in the club. I'm just going to say, I'm not a womanizer, I'm just not afraid to love.
Oh, that's a huge pickup line.
That's a warning.
You're welcome, Isaac.
But in terms of, I've never been asked this question before, and I had to really think about it. I guess it's hard to compare yourself to the great man. It's really, really hard. He just had
It's not
so
fair to
many,
compare, yeah.
That's it. I almost don't even want to I almost don't even want to say that I share any qualities with the great man. But if I had to choose one, ever since I was a little kid, I have this, and it's not just in the Philippines; it's in any country. When I see someone that is oppressed, someone that's poor, someone that can't get out of a tough situation, I get this little feeling in my heart, like, it's not right, and something needs to be done. Everyone should have the opportunity to move upwards in life get out of tough situations and improve their lot. And that was Rizal's passion for the Malay race. And I guess that's somehow been passed on.
Yes, if only there's a way to alleviate those contributing factors that lead to people not just being oppressed, but being able to not just move up socially, but as their own well-being. Speaking of that, you're a World National Bodybuilding Federation Novice Middleweight ACT Champion of 2011. That's a long title.
Yeah, we're taking a bit of a tangent there, but
I know. That's a good diversion of the topic, because we're talking about building society and building the community. And let's start with bodybuilding.
There's that building connection.
Nice.
No, I like that, Cannon. In Australia, a lot of guys, as they're getting older, start to hit the gym. I did, like most guys, young guys, and I stuck with it, and I decided that I'd go in a competition, and I somehow won the competition. But since then, I've actually retired from bodybuilding. It's a sport where if you want to compete at the novice level, you can do it in a healthy way. You can prepare your body by eating healthy foods, doing healthy exercises that actually improve your health.
Yes.
But to actually take it to the level above that, that's when it starts getting, then the negative health aspects start.
It's all about balance with those nutrients, the protein, carbohydrates.
That's it.
Yes, I've how would you put this? More of like a January gymmer. Yes.
After Christmas and New Year's.
Yes, I've really looked into that, and not just supplementation, but your food intake of what you should be eating. Protein, whether your objective is to gain weight, lose weight, and bodybuilding. That's what would be the number one supplement or number one food rather that you would find at a palenque? In terms of protein.
Cannon's New Year's resolution is to lose weight, so he's really interested in asking.
No, if anything, I need to bulk weight. Right now, I'm walking around at like 170, and
that's a good one.
Yeah, my body fat percentage. I haven't gotten it tested, but just doing the pinch test, I would say it's every bit of 8% around the abdomen area.
That's good.
Yes, but I want to get way below that. Anyways, enough about me. About you.
So, Billy, do you also do bodybuilding or any extracurricular activities?
I don't do bodybuilding. I'm for them.
Do you do any sports? Just like
not
Isaac?
anything serious, like not competitive. But I did in high school. I do table tennis.
Oh, wow!
And I do a lot of mountain climbing with my family.
Oh, mountain climbing!
Yeah.
Beat that, Cannon.
Mountain climbing.
So you're Voice of the Youth Radio. We always ask for samples. So sample.
Can you do a character voice? Any of you?
No, that's not my talent.
No. But one of our presenters over here can.
I do them every week, but it's my turn to give you guys a chance.
Okay.
No, unfortunately, no. That's not my forte.
Okay, so maybe you can.
Same here.
Go to VoiceWorks for
training.
Yeah. So anyway, any last messages for the youth? Anything that is. What would you like to say to inspire the youth from what you've learned from Rizal, and any other things that you want to share? Like last messages
and greetings.
Closing thoughts.
Okay, I think for me, because I'm in entrepreneurship, right? So I just want to tell the young generation to really go into it. I mean, there's so much unemployment out there, but I think if we are able to develop our own skills and just take the risk, right? Take the risk to create your own business and create your own opportunities, you can do anything. And I think today is the perfect time to do that, since we have a rising economy and we have more resources for the youth to do that. So I just want to say that, it's time to start now.
Business.
And I mean, more than ever, we know that Rizal's message continues today, and we should respond to it, even though it's been 117 years.
Yes, that's a positive outlook. There's much more on the backstory when it comes to
That's true.
But go ahead.
Plus, you can also provide lots of jobs, because it's one of the biggest problems of the youth, right? Unemployment. So if you go to entrepreneurship, that's great. That's a great message. So how about Isaac?
Good question. My main message would be: don't lose hope in the Philippines. you know, the Philippines has had a run of bad leaders, and it's had a run of just tough economic times.
Yes, it's really impacted even today. What happened 30 years?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I can see that just by going outside and walking down the street. Right?
It's evident everywhere.
You know, exactly. And back in the 1950s, the Philippines was one of the...
It was right there, second to Japan.
Japan, that's
yes.
it, right. Like, and it was only just below. So I guess the main thing that I'd want to leave the youth of the Philippines with is don't lose hope in the Philippines. Economic growth was 7% to the quarter that's just been... I mean, this is stellar growth. The country is on the way up. We just need a run of good leaders, and the Philippines can one day, you know, regain its place as, you know, one of the foremost nations of culture and economic progress.
Yes, I agree. And with all of the companies abroad that are coming here to outsource their products at, you know, the various call centers, you know, that's creating jobs. That's helping to boost the economy.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes.
Thanks so much for having me, Kat.
Yes, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'd like to have you again.
Yeah, I'd love to be back. Anytime.
Okay, balik na po tayo sa Pilipinas, no? Okay, thank you very much, Isaac and Billy. Talagang we're proud that the descendant of Rizal, my idol, is here. Alam niyo ba ngayon si Rizal, bata pa ako. May kwento yan si Rizal. Nung bata siya, sabi niya sa ate niya,
Ate, alam mo ba, balang araw, itatayo ang repulto ko sa bawat sulok ng Pilipinas.
Tapos sabi ni Rizal, anong ate niya? Ay naku, Pepe, paano itatayo ang repulto mo? 10 taong gulang ka pa lang.
Basta ate, itatayo ang repulto ko sa bawat sulok ng Pilipinas.
Oh, yan, palakpakan naman dyan. Ayan, pero ano lang yan, gawa-gawa ko lang po yun. Pero kung titignan nyo, bata pa lang si Rizal, no? Visionary na siya. And I think, di ba may debate na kung si Rizal daw o si Bonifacio ang dapat national hero. Pero walang duda, no? Kasi bata pa lang si Rizal, binabrand niya na yung sarili niya. Lahat ng bagay sa paligid niya, kinokolekta niya. Ultimong mga ticket, lahat. So, well documented si Rizal. And I believe if you're great, do great things and document yourself. And with that, alright, maraming salamat po. Yeah.
Informing, inspiring, involving, and empowering the Filipino youth worldwide. You're listening to the Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master, Pocholo Gonzalez, here on Radio Inquirer 990 AM.
At dahil dyan, ito ang awit ng kabataan. Bago tayo magpaalam, maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga naging napakarami nating guests sa araw na ito ng January 4, 2014. This is our first broadcast in the year 2014. At marami pong mga mangyayari pa sa mga susunod na linggo, sa susunod na Sabado, no? Sa ating programang Voice of the Youth Radio. At masaya ako at talagang empowered ang mga kabataan natin ngayon na nandito ngayon sa istasyon. At syempre, mas marami pa tayong mararating through my talks sa iba't ibang parte ng Pilipinas at iba't ibang panig ng mundo. And with that, maraming salamat and God bless you all. Mabuhay and bye-bye na. Bye-bye.
Alright, take it easy everybody.
Alright.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Mabuhay. Binabati ko ang aking asawa, syempre, Marilyn, si Patrick, si Ma'am Monette Bernardo ng Office of the Mayor ni si Junjun Binay dito sa Makati. And mabuhay po kayo at God bless you. Happy New Year.
Just listen to another inspiring, motivating, and empowering episode of Voice of the Youth Radio with the Voice Master himself, Mr. Pocholo Gonzalez. Together with the Voice of the Youth Network and the Student Voice Artist Society. Like us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/VOTY Radio. That's VOTY Radio. Tune in again next Saturday, 3 p.m. at Radio Inquirer 990 AM. Visit www.voty.org.
Radio. 990 AM. 990 AM. Every news is tackled. Issues answered. And controversies clarified. Parlor Story. Parlor Story. A no-nonsense discussion with highly respected journalists Arlene De La Cruz and Jake Maderazo. Banner Story, where every news matters. Monday to Friday, 6 to 9 in the morning on Inquirer Radio, 990 AM. Alamin at suriin ang mga isyong pinag-uusapan ng sambayanan.
Talaga naman naghahanap sila ng mga mambabatas, lalo tigit sa matas na kapulungan na makakatulong sa kanilang advokasya para isulong yung buhay, ika nga.
Himayin ang mga isyong bumabalot sa mga nag-iinit na balita.
Ano ba ang solusyon para sabihin mong mabawasan yung paghihirap ng ating mga kababayan ng ating bansa?
At tuklasin ang mga tulong at serbisyong ipinagkakaloob ng gobyerno at pamahalaan sa ating lipunan.
Lalaki yung pwede nilang i-loan at the same time.
Benefit. Oo, kumusta hindi natin partners yung financial status ng SSS?
Marami. Dahil sa investment.
Issue ng Bayan. Issue ng Bayan. Kasama sina Liza Soriano at Ricky Brozas. Makialam at pag-usapan natin ang mga issue ng Bayan. Tuwing linggo mula alas 8 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga dito sa Inquirer Radio 990 AM. We give you not just first-hand news. We bring you to where it is happening as it happens. Fast, factual, comprehensive information. Balanced and fearless views. Fair commentary. Entertainment. Public service. This is DZIQ Inquirer Radio 990 AM. This is your Click Music